Hey there, quirky people! Warner Bros. Discovery just took a big call on the future of the DC Universe. Apparently, they've shelved the Batgirl movie, which they spent $90 million on. It originally had a $70 million budget, but shutdowns due to COVID and some reshoots ballooned the budget up to $90 million. But what's absolutely bonkers is that the film was almost done with its post-production and could have been released. They just canceled a 90% done movie, and something like this is just huge. It almost never happens in Hollywood. After the merger, Warner Bros. Discovery has a completely new regime led by David Zaslav. And they're about to make a big call for HBO Max, as it could be combined with Discovery Plus. A lot of changes are happening behind the scenes, and many aggressive moves are being made. And one of them obviously has been cancellation of Batgirl. First, it was the New York Post that reported the cancellation. But then other big trades also came in and added on to the legitimacy of this report. The Wrap wrote that the top brass at Warner Bros. Is heavily focused on making DC movies into big screen blockbusters. They want these films to be seen as big theatrical event films, and they just don't think that Batgirl was one of those. Now obviously, Batgirl was originally filmed as an HBO Max exclusive movie. It was later decided that the movie will be released in the theaters. But now, after multiple test screenings, the higher-ups decided that this film just wasn't worth releasing in theaters. Steven Weintraub of Collider claimed that the people who saw Batgirl called it a huge disappointment. The costumes in the movie looked cheap, especially the one that Keaton's Batman wore. Well, looking at these suits, it is safe to say that Weintraub's treat did make sense. The fact that Warner Bros. Are willing to take a $90 million hit shows that they are committed to establishing DC as a big blockbuster brand. They're not going to spend millions of dollars marketing a movie that they themselves don't find top-notch. They must have assessed some major losses ahead by releasing this film in the theaters. So, they've taken this massive call. But the news of the cancellation got mixed reactions. On one end, people are not happy with how the cast, the directors, and the entire production crew have been treated. A lot of people worked hard to get the project going, and the careers of many people depended on it. But now the movie is not going to see the light of day. Sure, they all would have been paid, but it's kind of embarrassing for someone like Leslie Grace, who put her heart and soul into becoming Batgirl. And she promoted it all over social media. But now her work has simply been canceled. Warner Bros. Has stated that they still wish to work with everyone involved with the Batgirl project in the future. But that doesn't change the fact that a lot of time and money was wasted on Batgirl. Although, people are also looking at this with a different perspective. It seems that Warner Bros. Wants to commit to making DC a big theatrical event brand. Many took this as a positive sign for the restoration of the SnyderVerse, especially because this news comes after the return of Batfleck in Aquaman 2. But let me tell you that you should not have high hopes for that either. Ben Affleck has wanted to quit playing Batman for a long time, and The Flash was going to give him that exit. He has only returned to Aquaman 2 because of a change in release dates, as Michael Keaton's Batman was supposed to appear in the film when it came out after The Flash. But that didn't make sense anymore, so Batfleck is coming back for one more appearance. He still isn't back full-time, and is only doing another cameo as a favor to Warner Bros. And guess what? This cameo in Aquaman 2 could actually be our final goodbye to Batfleck, because the future of The Flash still hangs in the balance. This is a movie that has drowned deep in controversies because of Ezra Miller. Warner Bros. Discovery has already shown that they aren't afraid to lose money on movies that are in post. They will not commit to a release that won't be fruitful in the future. They still aren't decided on what they're going to do with the Flash movie. But Batgirl was a $90 million project. This one, on the other hand, is much bigger. It would have a budget that's somewhere between $150 to $200 million, and it is deep in post-production right now. So scraping this could lead to some crazy losses. But then again, you never know what the aggressive new regime at Warner Bros. Is going to do. We may not see Michael Keaton return as Batman at all, because The Flash is not a surety right now. The Flash series on the CW was also canceled recently, as it is set to close the Arrowverse with its 9th season. And rumors have suggested that the big-budget Green Lantern series, which was supposed to arrive on HBO Max, was also canceled quietly a while ago. So now, people are really worried about Blue Beetle. Batgirl's suit reveal met with a lot of dislike, but people were actually happy when Blue Beetle's comic-accurate suit first hit the internet, so they're being very protective of this film. But keep in mind that this was yet another movie that was planned for an exclusive HBO Max release, and it was given a theatrical release date of August 18, 2023 later. It has just finished its production, and if WB Discovery doesn't think that it is blockbuster material, they could axe this one too. Although, they just took a $90 million loss. So will they be willing to forego the money that they spent on Blue Beetle as well? It is a really tricky situation, and you never know what's gonna happen. But the bottom line is that the new regime wants to start fresh. So we should expect the old SnyderVerse to be partially or fully gone. And we should definitely expect the Hamada-verse to be gone too. Expect a rebooted cinematic universe under someone that David Zaslav appointed as the head of the DC division in the coming future. Also, keep your eyes on the news as WB Discovery has their second quarter earnings call on Thursday. So, some major aggressive news updates regarding the DC Universe could be headed our way. Okay, that's all for now. What are your thoughts on the cancellation of Batgirl? Do you think that The Flash and Blue Beetle will also be canceled? Let us know in the comments. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to show your support. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!